Hey, that's great. That's super. Okay. All right. So, in fact, I'm going to do a little earthing. Actually, I like this better than on my tripod. All right. So, returning springtime. All right. Number two, shaking up the chi. So I like to really run my mind through my body. You know, start with the toes, bottoms of the feet, ankles, moving along the shin and calf, high shin, high calf, knees, open the knees up, moving up through the thighs and up into the hips, open the hips up, moving up along the spine, moving to the shoulders and down along the arms into the elbows and forearms. Open the wrist up, spread the fingers out, and relax my neck, top of my head, forehead, nose, jaw, Adam's apple, chest, belly. Drop my mind into the abdomen, let the breath come in and out. All right. Okay. All right, then nourishing the kidney. All right, so make your pull from the shoulder across the body, right, down to the ball of the foot. Plant it. And feel that you have a figure eight going in the shoulders. And stretch it. Then the hips. You have a horizontal figure eight and then a vertical. All right, bring it all in and out. Up and got a bunch of clover growing here. Today's going to be yard day. I got to trim all these. I got a bunch of tomatoes growing, and strawberries.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be. That should be a good summer. All right, so the mortal rings. Right? We make this line here, right? And while we're doing that, we make one full circle with the right foot, and then a step out circle with the left. So we should wind up going forward. Okay? Let me see if I can angle that a little bit more. No, take it down there. No, that's what we're going to have to work with. So, all right, clockwise circle, right foot, right, and half circle with the left as you step out, right? And you try to do that in the same time, pretty much the same time as you open the hands up, right? So we'll circle and step, hands together. Right, so I'm going to back up a little bit. Okay. All right, so out, up, down. Shifting forward. All right, up, wave, turn the body back. Good. And then as they spread out, we're going to turn right and left. And just all right, smooth, round, even, continuous. $6. 9 o'clock. And then 12 o'clock. Okay. Circle with one. And then up. Me. Oh, got me. Emil, your camera on? I see you.
Right?
There you go. Yeah.
Can you see me?
I do. Yeah, I do. I do. Now I do. Yep. All right. Now I got everything. Cool. All right, now I got you both. All right. Cool. All right. Questions about it?
So what I'm not getting is this part
No
where
questions, huh?
you do this and you're bringing your foot out,
Whoa,
but
yeah, I'm breaking up.
oh, okay.
It's frozen. No,
Just test.
it's like it's frozen. It's
I think
frozen.
he's lagging. Tom's lagging, I think.
I cannot hear him.
Yeah, he's froze up. Maybe the YouTube live thing is causing it.
I am the host now.
Oh yeah, we lost him.
Ah, he lost.
Yep. Now you're teaching.
So I guess he has not good connection there. Maybe the garden, no, is too far from the
He's
router.
usually okay. It's
Alright.
probably the YouTube live thing.
No, it's no, I didn't go on YouTube. It's I went on to here we go.
You're from
I went
Wi-Fi.
on, I hit here we go. My phone must have went on to the Wi-Fi, which is weak where I'm at. Okay,
I
so
see.
I just got to stay on the phone. Okay, so your question was?
Yeah. So while doing this, you said it's two leg motions within one of these. So it's
Yes.
this, and then that's two,
No.
right? Keep adding a
No.
second.
One hand motion, 2 feet. So as I'm doing this, about halfway through, I finished the first circle, and then I finished the second. I never get both of them in there anyway. You know, yeah. I never get both of them in there. So usually the hands are together. So I just kind of move it. So remember, so the principle, big principle in this as well as Tai Chi, very, very similar stuff, right? When one part moves, all parts move. So you want all your joints moving. So even as I finish this, I still got a little bit of just a little moving. Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit of moving. Okay. All right. Part two. So part one, the right foot went clockwise, the left foot went counterclockwise in a step. Right? The right foot makes a full circle, the left foot makes a half circle. Okay. Part two, the right foot makes a counterclockwise circle. Okay. And the left foot makes a clockwise circle.
But half.
Hands do the same. Okay. In part one, the hands come up and down this way. So they're moving up and back towards you. Part two, they go away and then come up, away and come up. Okay. So part two is tacked on to part one. Okay. So the first one, we do part one, right? Normal way. Right? And I'm coming up and back, up and back. Okay? And I get to the top, okay? I roll this way and then I roll back. Okay? Flip the hands up. Okay? So now, as the hands start to spread, the right foot now goes counterclockwise and the left foot goes clockwise. Mm-hmm. And now I bring the hands up and throw them out. Inhale, exhale. As I get to the bottom here, I now roll up and out. Okay. now I change directions. So now I'm going to go to 3 o'clock. Peter getting caught in the grass here. Out. Out. Right. Up and down. Up and down. Up. Right. Here's your change. Roll it. Roll it. Now counterclockwise. Pulling them up and throwing them away. Up. Throwing them away. Coming up and out. So now I finished both sets at 3 o'clock. So now I turn to 6. Right? Right foot goes clockwise. Left foot goes counterclockwise. And up and down. Up and down. And turn it. All right. Hands are going to make their spread. The right foot goes counterclockwise. The left foot goes clockwise. Draw it up and out. Draw it up. Throw it out. And as you come out of the bottom, there's your wave. Now we're going to 9 o'clock. Right foot is clockwise. Left foot is counterclockwise. Up and down. Up and down. Okay, there's your wave. All right, the reverse. Out. Yeah, now the sun's starting to warm up. Good. So then we get back to the front. Yeah. All right, so we do a clockwise with the right foot and a counterclockwise with the left. And now we're in a square, we're in a horse stance, right? Legs are spread, right? So they lift up on the first one and down. You can go as low as you want. Feels good to kind of stretch the back that way. Up, okay. I do a wave. And now I do the reverse. So I go counterclockwise with the right foot and clockwise with the left. And then I bring them up inside and out. Up and out. Up. You close it with a wave. All right. Feet together. Inhale and exhale. Up and down. So, it's kind of interesting that Emilio says that you learned it and you do the reverse direction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's weird. So I never asked Bien why he went the one direction. I thought maybe it was, they say like Sufi dancers only dance clockwise. They don't spin the other way. And it's allegedly because it's one is evolutionary, the other is de-evolutionary. I mean, that's just thought, but I don't see a reason why, because everything else is done right and left. But there's so much. There's so much in the exercises that I don't know if you saw this. I know I did started with Ed. Once you got the exercises, then you link them together, so they become one long form.
Uh-huh.
And the case is, some of them are some of them are pretty drawn out, like the eight immortals, celebrating their birthdays. There's 16 bits to it, so sometimes it can take a long time. So sometimes you can just kind of like shortcut, and still get the benefits. Like that particular exercise, if I just did this version here, and here, and just stayed in the stance and just work this bit here, it would be very beneficial still, and just work the circles here. And sometimes I will mix this one with the swimming dragon. So I'll take it this way and I'll roll the hands. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, because now you've got a little more chance to chin going in there. Okay? So the case is, I don't think you can do anything wrong. I think the only thing wrong is not doing it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can be more precise. You can be better. You get the body looser. You can keep more circles. In that one, I try to pick the cardinal directions. So if I'm here, I want to try to be 90 degrees to there, 90 back. So you try to just try to get a sense of just the geometry of it.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason why you can't do the other way. It's just that you could easily spend a half hour, 45 minutes doing the whole routine.
Uh-huh.
So, what's that?
What was he explaining things about the benefits of the move or theory or not too much? I think they don't explain.
Yes. So not too much.
They don't like it.
Yeah, not too much. Other than he gave me the videotape that he didn't. Wait, I'm so mostly in Chinese, but then he had his daughter write out everything that was in the tape, and then the book. So it was interesting that the book that I gave you in the PDF, you can look around there. There's probably you could find a printed copy of it. He was very surprised to see that book. It turned out that a student of his father's had actually created that book in China. And in China, they don't have copyright. They might today, but back when I was learning this, I got it in the '90s from him, like from '91 to about '96, something like that. And we had a copyright lawyer look into it, and he was really surprised that but there's a good bit of information that is in there. But basically, we know fundamentally, right, that the meridian system, right? We have 6 in the arm, 6 in the leg, 6 in each arm, 6 in each legs. Okay, and we have a major Genmo Renmo circuit along the front of the body. So we have a circuit that runs up the front, okay, to the tongue, and then from the roof of the mouth over the head back down. They run to the perineum, right? And so these are 2 points. This is the needle C bottom. This is the Bai Hui. So these are 2 pretty important areas. But to put it simply, the chi flow theory is that if blood, lymph gets blocked or restricted, we get disease in that area. And it's like a river flowing. If the water is stagnant, then you're going to have stagnant water. You'll get, disease from there, right? If water is flowing, water is clean. So the idea of exercise is really to keep those meridians open and flowing. Okay. So when we're even doing an exercise like this, okay, that's pumping blood and lymph through the cycle, through the circuit, and we're working on opening the body. At the same time, we're mentally opening up. We want to open, relax as much as we can, or what we say, sung, right? So sung is not only relaxed, it's expanding. See? So I believe that we have a mental body, an energy body, and a physical body. And the energy body we try to strengthen as we age. And as our physical body gets weaker, our energy body can get stronger. Okay, if we nourish it, right? And we nourish it through exercise, proper food, light, air, and water. It's capable of extraordinary things. So hence, in a simple way, that's what the exercises are doing for us. And opening the body up, enhancing the flow, and strengthening the subtle body. And
Yeah.
It's helping me, that's for sure.
I guess you know the microcosmic orbit, right?
yes, exactly. Yeah, microcosmic orbit. Yeah.
He was
Or the
talking
macro.
about this. No.
So say that again.
He was talking about this during these exercises or not? No.
No, he didn't. He didn't say much about the orbit. It was almost assumed, that the exercises would enhance it. So you can look at it. You can look at the theory, right, and then you can look at the motions themselves, and you say, oh. That's got to be, stimulating the microcosmic orbit. But in a sense, it's also, the macrocosmic is then not only working that circuit in the front and back, but you're also working the circuits in the hands and legs, right? So, it's. I think it was just common understanding that that's what we were doing, but no. No, he didn't go much into theory at all. Doing. Yep.
Yeah. And things like spirituality and these things, he didn't go into that, right? Like, I don't know, Mantak Chia, all these things, these guys, that they go much more in connection, in things like more weird, no?
Yeah, but Montauk also is, a doer as well, So I think it's good. I think it satisfies the brain, our interest, thinking we know what's going on. You know what I mean? But without a doubt, doing is we get more out of that than we do in knowing what we're doing. I think. We're all in a sense. Experimenting, right? We're all taking from different sources and compiling that information into a method. Yeah, I met Mantak Chia in the 80s. Yeah, I took a class with him. The one thing he said was really, really interesting. He goes, "You're born with $1 million in your bank account. Okay? You get that $1 million from your parents. Okay? That's your prenatal chi. Right? Now, what you do with that? Okay? If you're the type of person, you got all the windows open, doors open, the heat's all going out. It's like you'll exhaust that $1 million pretty quick. And when your prenatal chi is exhausted, you die. You know, so your goal in life was to try to retain that. Try to insulate the body, keep the vital energy from leaking out. It certainly can leak out through poor attention, right? Looking at the wrong things. Just wasting it. Drinking all day. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't think anything is necessarily immoral. But right. You know what you need to do in order to make yourself stronger. And so we probably just listen to your common sense. But I thought that that was just a kind of a remarkable thing. So without trying to get into developing the iron shirt or develop creating the immortal fetus so that you could live forever. I mean, which is one of the kind of thoughts in Taoism. That if you could perfect the subtle body, you could then live beyond this life form. So who knows what goes on,
Yeah.
but certainly in terms of this life, I think we can strengthen the energy body. We can strengthen the physical body. We can strengthen the mind body. We develop good habits, and I think it can have an impact on our longevity.
Yeah. Yeah.
The quality of our life. And beyond that, it's a strange world. We'll never fully grasp it.
Yeah, clever.
Thank you.
How about part two? All right. So I want you guys to do the first move of Mortal Rings, both the clockwise and counterclockwise.
Yeah, I didn't get it well. I need to.
All right. So the other way. You could, Ed. You could. That is correct. So that is the proper start. Yep.
Push. Hmm.
All right, Ed. You stop. And Emilio. Yeah. Turn around, Ed. Yeah. Good show. All right. So. Yeah. So go on, Emilio.
Because when we do it in opposite direction, the hands open in the same way. Because with the right feet, I will go in opposite direction, like inside. I will go inside. Then I guess the hands should go inside in the opposite direction also, not. Because if they go outside as before, it's weird, no? For me, it feels better if I go like this.
Yep. Nope. Same. Yeah.
It's not?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yep. Nope. Yeah. The hands will do this. Yeah. The hands will do this both times. Okay.
Okay, so opens, and then opposite is with the leg, and then the left.
So for the opposite.
Like that.
Yeah.
It's the opposite, right, then
Yes. Uh-huh.
right, and left, and then
Uh-huh. No. So you're doing so let's put it in part one, part two, right? So do part one first.
okay. So part one, I open like that, then like that.
Uh-huh.
So open. So it's when I'm going finishing, I do the last. To be yeah.
No, yeah, so the hands change. All right. So
In the second one.
so part one, right? The hands go out, the foot goes clockwise and counterclockwise, right? All right. So for now, we just do two of these. All right. So the hands are coming back towards me, right? Going out and back towards me. Okay. Now, okay, I'll get to the very top. Okay. We can improve this wave. Okay. Now, the hands are going to circle again, the feet reverse. You got that part, right? So the feet reverse, right? Now, the hands change. So the first set, they go up and back, right? The second set, they go forward and away and come up and they go out. So the hands go in a reverse direction.
Mm.
All right. Let me do it. Let me do it one time. Okay. And I'll make sure that I put the I'll put this video up right away. All right. So circle. And out. So I'm going to turn this way so you can see it. So the hands are circling here. And I get to the top of the two circles, okay? My arms aren't really moving. It's my body. My body turn. My hands pretty much stayed. Then I'll just flip them. I'm moving a little bit, but not much, okay? So it's really in here, okay? I'll bring the hands back again. And now my foot goes counterclockwise. And then clockwise. Now the hands reverse. They come in. They come in and away. They come up and away. And now in the bottom, so now I turn. And that's when I will make a change the other direction, clockwise and counterclockwise. Now I'm going to turn it this way so you can see it from here. All right, so coming back towards me, up and back towards me. And they'll come all the way up to the top, right? Turn the whole body. Good. 1, 2. Now they're coming up the front and out. Up the front and out. And then that's where I'm going to make that wave again. And now that's where I'll change the direction again. All right. And then when I come back to the end, all right, 1 and 2, all right, I'm going to turn it again so you can see the end. So here, in, right, in, turn, right? Now the foot goes clockwise, counterclockwise, up and away. Up and away. Yeah, that's 2. I'm going to finish it. Roll, in and out, up and down. I mean, that one took me a couple weeks, I don't know, a couple weeks kind of, get the order to it. Okay?
And the direction of each leg and while you're turning and
it's like it's always a work to get the smoothness of it, so if it was super easy, it would save it, not not the bagua. Yeah.
No, I'm getting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Does that help, Emilio?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I got it. I think I got it. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I got it. Really. Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start. Then we open. Right. Then we come back. Then opposite direction. In opposite direction.
Yeah, the other way with the hands. The hand you want to. That's it. There you go. There you go.
Two. Then right. We come here. Then from here. Now that. Then I open there. And I open there. And I go to the right again. Come back. And then opposite there. And opposite there. And also with the hands. Opposite.
There you go. Now you're cooking.
Open here. Open there. Here, opposite, and opposite, and also with hands. It's like there, there. There. Now I don't know to finish. It is just going up. There was also for finishing.
So, yeah. You got you got most of the points. You know. I'll give it two caveats. Okay.
Yeah.
One, when you're changing from side to side, you know, move from here. So if I freeze my shoulder, turn the body, you know, I didn't move my shoulder at all. Okay. So rather than the arms moving, okay, with the body. So really, I should feel a line going all the way down to the toe. Okay. And then pushing off of the right foot, I should feel everything turning here. So now up here. So it's less this and more this. Okay. And then two, at the end, you are square. No foot, both feet are the same position. So here, so that's it. Yeah. So now that's it. Yeah. You're in a wide position. You want to feel your hips open. Especially your sacrum. Yeah. You want to open. Yeah. That's it. There you go. At the end. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Nice.
All right. I think that's a wrap for today. Any thoughts? Anybody? Anything?
It'll take me a little bit to get the direction of each foot and the turn all right in my head. And, when this changes from this to this, when this foot goes from this to this, and this foot goes from this to this, I'm gonna have to keep practicing to get that right.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah. And what's weird is what's gonna happen. The fact that you're thinking about this and working on this, your Bagua is actually going to get better.
Okay.
Because you're not focusing on it. You know what I mean? You know, so it all kind of plays into each other.
That's true. When you're working on a hard problem, sometimes when you step away, you think about it, can figure it out.
Yep. Cool.
Thanks, Sal.
I'm sorry, Emilio, what was that?
How good is for coordination this type of exercises? Changing the direction. That's really, we are doing hard work here. Eh? Many people can do that.
Yeah. It does something. It's doing something neurologically in the brain. That yeah. All right, guys. Catch you next week.
See you, man. See you, Tom.